Today we're going to look at the Lucena position. It's a winning position for white. If you know how to do it, you need to build a bridge, which is why this position is often called the bridge position also. The basics of the position are this. White is trying to promote this pawn, and it cannot do so because the king is trapped behind it, and the black rook is controlling the a-file, while the king on d7 is controlling any access for the white king to c7 or c8. So how do we get the king out of there? Well, the first idea would be to check, and then the king moves away, and then we bring the king out. However, black has the ability to just run this infinite loop of checks against us that put us back behind the pawn, and no progress made, right? So one idea white might have is to advance the king further down towards the rook. So let's see what happens if we do that. We got another check, and then instead on this check of moving backwards, if we sidestep it, black checks again, and we make an advancement. After this check, we're in the same position where we have to retreat in order to save this pawn in order to win the game. So how do we make any advancement here? Well, we need to build a bridge, and let's see what that looks like. So after the check, and the king moves away, instead of pulling the king out right now, there's one more interim move that is the signature of the Lucena position, and if you'd like to pause the video and see if you can find it, please do so. So the correct move is rook d4, and it's very important that it's the fourth rank. In this situation with the king on e7, it's going to give us this extra tempo against the king coming after us. So after we play rook d4, black has two choices. He can make some sort of waiting move, or he can advance the king. Whoops. Either of which are going to lose. So let's say the king advances towards the rook. Now we bring the king out. We're one square away from promotion, so black's not going to allow that, so there's a check. There's a check, and then we sidestep this check this time, a check. Then we advance, and then on this check, now we have the bridge built. So we can block the check here, and if rook takes, king takes, black to move, black's king is simply just one square shy of getting there in time to stop the promotion of the pawn, and white's going to win the game. So if you want to see real quick with the waiting move instead, so check, black moves away, rook d4, say there's a waiting move from black, the same principle is going to apply. There's just no way for black to get rid of this pawn without losing the rook. And once this bridge has been made, takes, and nothing black can do to stop this pawn from going in and promoting. So that's the Lucena position. It's fairly simple. It looks really tricky and it looks really weird, but once you understand the concepts, I think you can see how important that move is and the premise behind it. And I hope this really helps you out in your Rook endgames. See you later.